Hey, hey, hey. My name is Dr. Aundrea T. Harris. I am a growth agent and faith plus purpose coach, equipping women around the world to increase their resilience and grow holistically. I recognize that many women often feel stuck, overwhelmed, and have that sinking feeling of hitting a plateau. As a psychologist with over 25 years of helping women uproot patterns not aligned with their purpose, I am passionate about helping women reclaim their energy, discover their purpose, and fulfill their potential. I am also committed to getting to the root cause of dis-ease and dysfunction so women can thrive personally and professionally. So let's talk about it. Pathway to growth, thriving mentally. To thrive means to be healthy, strong, well, and flourish. Mental means emotional and intellectual response. So, thriving mentally means being strong emotionally, our emotional responses, being healthy, and being well. The first step to thriving mentally is, first of all, admitting that something is wrong, that there is a dis-ease, there is discomfort, being uncomfortable with something, something is not aligned properly. Think about it. If you are experiencing pain in your tooth, what do? You first admit that there is something wrong, that there is pain. And then what do you do next? Most of the time, we schedule a dentist appointment, right? Or some of us may just go to our local store and get something for the pain. But if you go to the dentist and yourself are searching for where this pain started from. How can we treat this pain? And most oftentimes, it could be some type of pain medicine, some type of procedure. But the next step after admitting that something is wrong is seeking out treatment for that pain, right? Then, after you find out the treatment, you make a decision to rectify their pain. So, you've been given the options of how to solve the pain, and you make a step to do that. After you do that, then you begin to heal properly. So, think about it. We should do the same thing with our mental well being. Oftentimes, we're not well, we're not feeling good, we may feel exhausted or burnt out, and it's okay to share that you're not feeling well. That's the same way we should do with our total being, right? So, I want to share with you three strategies to thrive mentally. The first one is mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us to understand our thoughts, our feelings, and our reactions. It's an intentional awareness of internal and external environments. I was first introduced to mindfulness in February of 2016, where I took an online, I believe it was 8 weeks, mindfulness based stress reduction training founded by John Kabat Zinn. And how many of us know that life happens, right? So, a few months later, I was preparing to start working on my dissertation. And in July of 2016, I was in a five-car collision, being the first person hit in that collision, where I experienced a traumatic brain injury, among a few other injuries. And so I was able to use mindfulness as a tool to recover fully. Through my personal experiences and research on mindfulness, I have developed a few ways to describe mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us to look at stressful events as challenges rather than threats. Mindfulness helps us practice an intentional response of calmness to life's surprises. Mindfulness is being attentive and aware of what's going on within ourselves. And mindfulness is experiencing the now on purpose. As a technique for improving resilience, mindfulness involves a calm understanding and openness to the present moment and experience. In the midst of adversity, we can use mindfulness to help us be aware of what is going on and prepared to handle situations well. Mindfulness builds a life of awareness, moving us from a state of inattentiveness to attentiveness. Now, I'll share with you a few mindfulness tools. There are many, many more, and I encourage you to do some research on mindfulness tools to see which ones that you can incorporate into your life. One of my favorite mindfulness tools is affirmations, being able to intentionally direct my day with a quote or a scripture. Also, mindful breathing, mindful eating, mindful driving, mindful exercising. Oftentimes, we experience these things by simultaneously doing something else, maybe listening to a podcast or talking on the phone while we are eating, driving, or exercising. Also, having a gratitude journal, mindful movements, and reflective thinking. With consistent use of mindfulness tools, we can improve our self awareness and overall well being, be more attentive to our lives, and manage the challenges of life. So, the first way to thrive mentally is mindfulness, that self awareness, being attentive to what is going on within us and around us. The second is energy management. So, during my recovery from the traumatic brain injury, I had to be attentive to the energy I had to use. The main priority was to recover. The neurologist took me off work and instructed me not to drive. So, basically, I was recovering and working on my dissertation. And there were days where I had to um, really just monitor my energy. I may had like 10 or 15 minutes to work on my dissertation. Some days I had energy for about 4 or 5 hours. But each day I had to be attentive to what was going on within me and around me so that I can recover well. Energy management is the ability to manage our mental and physical strength. So when we use our energy, we use mental and physical strength. And that is energy is our mental and physical strength to do a particular activity to perform. Most often we manage our time. However, we should consider managing our energy daily. We should be mindful of the shift in our energy and take action to adjust it accordingly. Assessing our schedule, taking note of our best performance times of the day. Also, we should manage our hats, and that's men and women, right? Oftentimes, we hear women have multiple hats or wear multiple hats, but men wear multiple hats as well. We often have responsibility for different roles, different tasks, personally and professionally. And it's very important for us to understand those hats, those roles, and those responsibilities to determine when and how to adjust our energy in those things. For instance, think about the seasons of life: winter, fall, summer, spring. Most of the time, we're wearing beach hats, sun visors in the summertime. And in the wintertime, we're wearing knit caps, right? So it would look kind of crazy if you're wearing a winter hat in the summer, right? So think about that when we are wearing our hats, our roles, and our responsibilities. Managing our energy through that is very important. Knowing what roles and responsibilities are appropriate for each season, knowing when it's time to store that hat up, or throw the hat away because it's worn out. Oftentimes, we commit ourselves to things, oftentimes for a lifetime, and we don't need to do that. Maybe we volunteer for something for about 10 or 15 years, and that season is fully over. It's okay to release yourself from things that are no longer appropriate for the current season in your life. It's okay to take off certain hats. It's okay to change hats. It's okay, right? So, we have the first tool or strategy to thrive mentally, which is mindfulness. The second one is energy management. And the third one is strategic rest. Strategic rest is being intentional about replenishing our energy. It doesn't always mean sleep. It is strategically investing in our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well being. It starts with self awareness, right? Understanding who you are and what you need in any given season of your life. Being strategic about our energy creates a pathway for us to live whole. Now, one thing I do each month is I set aside one day, one mindful rest day. And most of the time it's a Friday or Saturday. And I do whatever I want to do outside of work. Sometimes I sleep in or binge watch one of my favorite television shows. Or I explore the city, have a spa day, or just do something I've always wanted to do. So I want to share with you the 7 types of rest that I believe each person needs. Physical rest. This is where we have restful sleep, massages, aromatherapy bath, restorative yoga, stretching. Mental rest. That's where we can implement scheduled breaks, do some journaling or listen to relaxing sounds and music, and also cell phone relief, which is CPR. That's one of my trademark statements. Sensory rest. That's where we give our brain a break from screens, from bright lights, um, background noise, listening to multiple conversations, and also cell phone relief. Creative rest is where we get recharged and inspired. So these are things where we can do outdoors, art exhibitions, museums, concerts, painting, dancing, decorating your space, reading, watching a movie, and so many more things. Then we have emotional rest. This is where we process and express our emotions, where we create time and space to freely express our feelings. Being honest about life challenges, building emotional awareness, and talking to that trusted person or counselor, practicing expressing emotions in a safe and healthy way. Then we have social rest. Now, the first thing in this particular type of rest is to identify your social needs. They change with different seasons of our lives. It's different when you're single, it's different when you're married or have children, you start a new career, or you going back to school. So, identifying your social needs, surrounding yourself with positive and supportive friends. This could be virtually or in person, and also setting boundaries. And then we have spiritual rest, connecting with your purpose, prayer, meditation, and community involvement. So, the strategies for you to thrive mentally are mindfulness, building that self awareness about who you are, what you need, how you feel, and what's going on within you through life's challenges. The second is energy management, understanding how your energy shifts throughout the day, how you need to shift your roles and responsibilities with the hats you're wearing in any given season of your life. And then we have strategic rest. So I have a call of action for you. I've shared ways for you to start thriving mentally. So I encourage you to take about 5 minutes to think about how you can plan your rest for this month, whether it's walking, doing cell phone relief. Think about it, write it, and take action. Women, you're invited to attend my upcoming retreat, Do the Work with Dr. Aundrea, It's Time to Rest, taking place August the 15th through 18th, 2024 in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It will be a transformative experience focused on rest, connection, and growth. Learn more about it at bit.ly/do the work August 2024. And that's a capital A UG 2024. Also, you can connect with me at linktr.ee/yourgrowthagent. Thank you for allowing me to share with you some growth tools and strategies for you to thrive mentally, be intentionally well. My name is Dr. Aundrea T. Harris, your growth agent.